Voiceover is a unique artistic performance because it is entirely produced with sound. But as you create a voice performance, you'll find that some sound is your friend and some sound is your foe. Hello, I'm William Williams from Aliso Creek Voiceover classes. Other acting performances have costuming, lighting, even pyrotechnics. But voiceover is only sound. Think of an audiobook. The setting, the weather, the characters, the plot, and the emotions are entirely conveyed by the reader's voice. It was the best of times, it was the worst of times. So let's talk about the signal-to-noise ratio. When you flip on that microphone and begin recording, the recording software captures everything. Sound engineers divide that everything into good things that listeners want to hear and not so good things that they don't want to hear. The good stuff is the signal, and the unwanted stuff is noise. So what is the signal you're recording? Duh, your voice. Ideally, you would want to hear only your voice and nothing else in the background. This is ideal, but it's also impossible. Even the finest mics and electronic equipment have a faint hiss that they add to the recording. So what is noise? Noise is everything that is not your voice. But let's break that out into identifiable categories. First, there's electronic noise. As electronic hardware has improved, this has become less and less of a problem. But you want to find it if you have it and eliminate it. Hiss can be caused by a cheap mic, poorly designed analog to digital converters, or poorly isolated USB circuitry. The solution to this is spend a little more money. Choose a condenser mic. Most mics around $150 or more will have very low self-noise. Here's some hiss to listen to so you know what it is. To overcome this hiss, you want to record your voice at a correct level. I call this the Goldilocks level. Not too hot, which will cause clipping distortion, and not too cold, where your voice is there down in the basement competing with the hiss. Hum is caused by your electronics picking up the electromagnetic waves from the power lines in your studio. That's why I don't recommend dynamic mics. The coil of wire in the mic can pick up stray hum. Hum can also be caused by a ground loop in your audio system. Try to have everything plugged into the same socket to prevent this. Here's some hum to educate your ears. There is also environmental noise. That's what we usually call noise. Leaf blowers, trash trucks, jets flying over, traffic, kids playing Grand Theft Auto, or your neighbor's 1,000-watt 5.1 surround sound system. Find the quietest room in your house, preferably between other rooms, and close all the windows. And just stop recording when that helicopter flies overhead. There are some subtle ambient sounds like the air conditioner, the refrigerator, ticking clocks, or the washing machine. It's best to listen for these background sounds on your recording with headphones. You can be so used to hearing them that you won't notice them in the recording. Then there's recording noise. These are sounds you create because you're recording. One of these I often hear is room echo, also called room reverberation. Whenever you speak, some sound goes directly into the microphone, but some sound bounces around the room, is delayed, and enters the microphone a few milliseconds later. This creates the sound of reverberation or reverb in your recording. Just imagine recording in your bathroom. This reverb is fun when you're singing in the shower, but it's a deal breaker when you're recording a voiceover. The only way to eliminate this is to deaden your recording space with absorbing materials. Carpet is better than hard floors. Drapes and couches are good. To really kill the echo, you can hang moving blankets on the walls where you record. And another is computer fans. Forget desktop computers. They often have 4 or 5 noisy fans cranking away. But even laptops have a nasty habit of kicking the fan on in the middle of a recording. Some cures? A mini sound booth like this to isolate your computer, or a wireless keyboard, screen, and mouse. This allows you to locate the computer far away from your mic. By your recording you shall be judged. Not to be an alarmist. Well, actually, yeah, let's be an alarmist. Almost all the auditions and jobs you will do will be in your home studio. And the first criterion that clients judge your audition by is your recording quality. Before your performance, before your voice. If Morgan Freeman sends in a noisy recording, they are not going to hire him. And they will assume that the job will sound like the audition. So your auditions and jobs need to be broadcast quality, which means your voice at a good level and nothing else. Great signal, no noise. The good news is that once you set a recording level and eliminate any background noise, you're good to go. Set it and forget it. So roll up your sleeves, tune up your ears to super sensitive, and optimize your recordings. Then get on with the fun that we call voiceover. If this video was helpful, hit the like button. Then subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future videos. And for information on my live and video voiceover classes, Zoom coaching, and demo production, go to alisocreek.net. I'm William Williams reminding you, keep talking.